I'm actually curious to see if that's coming over the microphone.
Whatever it is, maybe.
I don't know, it's because I've got OBS open up at the time, so I've got like that audio input capture part,
Mm-hmm.
and I just keep seeing it just flash up a little bit of green each time it goes off. I don't know what my mum and dad are watching on telly, but basically Warzone going on, shooting happening, and each like giant shot, I'm just seeing it go a bit on the audio like a thump thump. No, they're going. I wonder if that's picking up very slightly in the background. Then again, I don't really think YouTube could copyright claim gunshots.
I don't know if American schools can. Sorry, I've been in one of those humors today.
You're
Woo,
fine.
spicy. It's fine. It wasn't a swear word. Even then, we're not monetized anyway. Who gives a crap? Greet yourself.
We'll
Welcome
never
back
be
to the devil.
monetized.
I don't know. You never know.
No, we really won't.
You need 1,000 subscribers to get monetized.
Yeah, but even then.
From then, like...
We won't be
we
monetized, but with the new person running YouTube, we may become NFTs. Anyway, greet yourself. Welcome back to the Devil Darlings.
Oh, fucking god, a Cody NFT.
No. We need to do the pun like we were saying in Dark Tales of Runeterra many months ago. Jack NFTs.
Oh, get him.
Just from all the different Jack things I was making for the edits. I miss making those edits. They were fun.
We'll make them.
Literally
The
don't
only
have the
thing
time.
stopping you.
Make them anyway.
I can't-
Terrible habits are the bread and butter of being a D&D player. What are you on about?
Oh, you know, my
terrible habits are the bread and butter of being a jack.
My current terrible
That is also true.
My current terrible habit for that is try to make a bloody animatic. Which reminds me, I should probably poke Fred at some point because they're asking if they can help with that. I'd be like, yes, animate a scene. Do it. Anyway, it's been a while, so recap basically is this. You all managed to get out of hell. You all arrived through the portal. You saw a village in the distance that you went to. Essentially put, along the way, Misskiff got assaulted by a falcon. Marquis grabbed the falcon, crushed it, turned out to be familiar. And you were met with, I want to say it's Granny Ethel. Ethel sounds about right.
Yeah.
You were met by an old lady with a badger familiar called Granny Ethel, who seemed to know both Cog and the Marquis, as they had gone to hers after parking up their ship just on the outskirts. You went to check on the ship only to find it vandalized and several parts missing,
She
as
also
well
knew
as
Granny No One.
certain tracks. Given that they weren't here for the session, I would say that Bloob and Miasma stayed behind to make sure nothing happened with the village. As the rest traipsed on, only to find that they had entered the cave and then looped back around to try and get back to the village to essentially hold it for ransom with firebombs. You managed to catch up with them halfway, beat them up, realized that the leader of the bandit camp was the owner of the falcon, because he summoned it back to try and get Misskiff out of a tree. Cog also discovered that the missing parts were held in barrels of oil, which were then shoved down to try and run them over. If I recall right, Cog also got very much injured in that fight.
Yes.
But you did manage to get the pieces back. It shouldn't be too hard of a repair job. You feel like if you couldn't do it yourself, there'd probably be like a blacksmith at the town that could do it. You all decide to head back to the town, with Misskiff, if I recall right, proclaiming that she wants to get, and I quote, shit-faced.
Well, no, she just said, "Let's get drinks," or "Let's get booze."
No, I'm pretty sure you did say let's get shit first.
I don't remember.
I mean, only whoever she talked to
It
can
was
verify that.
Sanna.
Oh yes, that is something that Granny did also promise. That if you did deal with this situation, she would have a certain item for Misskiff.
Yeah, it was Sanna who she was speaking to at the time.
I'm the force an old lady to pay up.
So, takes you a bit, but you do manage to get back into town. I've just realised I've not got fucking... There we go. I think.
Maybe.
I have no idea. Are you playing? Yes, you are playing. Okay. Audio. So it takes a while, but you do manage to eventually make your way back into town through the northern end, near where the vehicle is, the ship. Cog, I'm assuming that you're going to take some time to try and repair this ship.
Yes.
Okay. I'll say that the Marquis is with you to try and help out with that. As you do enter back, Bloob, what would you have been doing in this time?
So it's a village, right?
Yeah, just like a little village, nestled in what seems to be like a little valley thing. Essentially put, the best way I can describe this, since you'll get this better. Remember when we went to the zoo in Gran Canaria? Gran Canaria.
Yeah.
And it was like nestled in that giant valley thing with all the cliff
Yeah.
sides. Imagine that, but a lot more like greener, like a lot more plant life.
I think Bloob would have been like letting Bernard roll about and like basically crap like that. Not doing much, kind of like doing a bit of exploring as well, seeing
Yeah.
if he can find anything cool or anything as well.
Uh, I'll have you make me an investigation check.
Ooh, okay.
But while that is happening, as Bernard's been rolling around, occasionally the badger familiar has been getting a bit closer, just sniffing. So you'll occasionally just get like a little telepathic ping in your head of being like, tell the vermin to get away from His Royal Highness.
Yeah, because Bernard is royalty.
Or at least he sees himself as royalty. Who
Yeah.
knows? But
I think he does in real life as well.
with a 6 on your investigation, you're not finding too many secrets about
No.
this place, but you have peeked once or twice in this granny shack as she's been waiting around. And she's got quite the interesting collection there. Kind of like a mixture of what you can only assume to be kept to one side as spell components, but also a bit of what's the best way to put this? Machinery.
Mm.
Kind of like she's a bit of a tinkerer, or at least someone that lives here is a bit of a tinkerer.
Yeah.
And she'll just see as you keep popping in. She doesn't think too much of it. She just looks over to you because she'll be like, any word?
Hello. Wait, what was my voice? Oh no, I only played one session. Shit.
Well, I thought you
Okay.
were Octopus.
Yeah, it was a bit like crazy. Well, okay. My voice is still a bit sore from shouting and cry, so I'm just gonna have to go with a more normal voice
That's
today.
fine.
But he'll be just like saying hello back and like asking who this person is and
Oh,
what they do, stuff
me?
like that.
I am Granny Ethel. I'm kind of the, I wouldn't say mayor, but I guess I help lead this village. Such but I help keep an eye on it, make sure nothing too bad happens to it. I also help welcome strangers to it, like you. And the big guy, Marquis, he's quite friendly. I only met him twice when he came back, but lovely person. The friend's a bit weird, the metal one. My son took a bit of a shining to them when he came the first time. He's a bit of a tinkerer, you see, and saw that and he was like, I kind of want to see what makes that tick. But I had to remind him that Warforged are living people as well.
They most certainly are. Like,
It'd be like me just dissecting someone and seeing what makes them tick. It's just not on unless you're a doctor, which I am certainly not.
I am also not a doctor. Far from it.
Note to
I mean-
self: mutilation of other party members is okay if I get a doctor.
I am
What?
not a doctor, certainly not. Meanwhile, several universes over. So to purposely use prick up.
I am Dr. Mariah!
Oh god, that reminds me. I'll need to tell you something that happened in the thingy after this in Sirens. Actually, no, just a quick thing, given it's not long. Essentially, Santa put the guide in Sirens.
Wait, actually?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Anywho, it takes a while.
Wasn't there also a reference to Waffleberg and Mariah at one point?
There was. At this point, the multiverse has cracked open in there, and it's a whole shitstorm. Anyway, it takes a while, but eventually you do hear a bit of commotion out on the streets. As you do
Yeah.
peer around the doorframe, you do see. I wouldn't exactly say your friends, given that you've not known them that long. Your allies? Compatriots?
Yeah.
Fellow
I
escapees. Well, aside,
Misskiff is
minus,
Accomplices.
yes, minus the hippo and the Warforged, of course.
Misskiff is back on Unusor's head and is just patting his head.
Speaking of which, there was that interesting part as well in last week's session, in last time's session. So I do need to ask this now. Au-Zuk,
Yes.
what is your current situation when it comes to Unusor, given what was happening there with you last time?
Wary. But no real reason for anything other than that.
Okay. I'll say that I won't make you make it an. Actually, yeah. Unusor, you can make me an insight check if you wish.
Sure,
But this
what could possibly?
Yeah, it's basically to see if you can pick up on a bit of the wariness.
Okie dokie. Oh, excusez-moi. Insight.
You do see
Yeah.
Au-Zuk sometimes just like kind of side-eyeing you, but it's kind of hard to pick up on. Your adrenaline's still kind of rushing from beating up the fellow of Bahamut.
Yes, and I have an adorable fluff ball on my head.
That too, like anytime
Yes.
you kind of look over, it's occasionally blocked out by a swishing tail, a occasional head pat that's gone a bit too far down and kind of hit just over the eye.
This pleases me. It is an adorable little image.
And you all do see Bloob just poking around what seems to be the granny shack.
I will hop down basically people's heads like steps.
So
Fly on
basically
the
going from
floor.
tallest to shortest. And then
Yeah.
down.
Pretty much.
And as you do so, you feel a little bump into your leg. And as you look down, it's the hamster in the hamster ball, just staring up at you. And then
I
it looks over
roll
to
it.
Bloob, and then looks over to you. Bloob, you'll hear transmitted into your head. This one is not bowing. Tell this one to bow.
I will roll the ball.
This is disrespectful towards the monarchy.
Oh god, I feel like I'm going insane.
Just
This
start.
No one else
I'm
can.
just gonna start rolling it around.
To
The
everyone else,
abuse of this. Oh, go on.
to everyone else, it just sounds like hamster chittering, just like type of stuff. But given that space hamsters can't speak telepathically to who they trust, it is speaking to Bloob mentally. It's just a case of she is rolling around the monarchy. This will not stand. I will see her
Yeah.
casting iron.
The abuse of this thing pleases the Irishness in me.
Yeah, Misskiff's just rolling the ball around.
Wow.
Good.
He hates you.
Switches the telepathic link. There!
But-
There!
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone will like it. I mean, but
It's
he's
fun, though.
he's egotistical. Don't tell him I said that. He probably heard me and now will murder me in my sleep, but that's fine.
An
It's
ego
fun,
is
though.
an ego is healthy for the monarchs.
He's basically a big toy.
Says the walking plush.
Not a point, you do look like Plush. Yeah, you look like Plush a little bit.
A plush?
A Plush, a little bit. Yeah.
What's a plush?
It
Sanna
sounds
literally points at Bean.
At this point,
Oh,
the
you
granny-
can't hear me. Only Bloob can.
No, but you would be hearing thingy side of it.
I guess so.
But at this point, the granny would come out. It seems that you've all returned. Oh. Are you fine, May? I saw you looking a little bit scratched up. Where's the metal one and the hippo? Oh, don't tell me they were.
Switches link.
They have gone to their turtle.
See, you worried me until you said turtle then. I thought you were about to say they've gone to the maker.
So just switches telepathically to Ethel. I was like, we got beat up!
Nothing a good night's rest wouldn't fix, I say.
I mean, we killed them. We killed them all.
I'd be more concerned if they weren't bandits. They chose that life, they knew what they were getting into.
I used most of my spells. I could do in it.
Maybe this'll just help out a bit. Hang on. She'll reach into her pouch and pull out what seems to be a small
Pizza. Oh, pizza.
a small
A
pizza.
small pizza.
Alexa, shut up.
She goes Mach 5 and runs through John Pillar. No, she pulls out what seems to be a small knitted hat with what seems to be like a little metal plate on the front. Hey, took one of my son's little gizmos, did a bit of enchanting on it, put it on something that would be a lot more comfortable. You don't mind, do you? Or would you prefer... Basically, she's handing it over to you, Misskiff.
Just gotta grabs it, turns it around.
It's got little
Just
holes
like
in it for it to make room for your ears.
Yeah, she's just turning it over in her paws, like looking over it, and then kind of pops it on.
Try speaking.
Hi.
And it is transmitted to the party.
Transmitted or spoken verbally?
It's still like telepathically, but it's now that she doesn't just have to focus on one person for her telepathy. It's broadcasting to all of you.
I assume I wasn't the only one who heard that.
Wait, you heard the little one too?
Okay, yep.
You can hear me?
Oh, good, it's working. For a second then I was worried that I may have done a rune or something wrong on there and it would have just turned off everyone's brains. Kind of weird how close those things are together.
I'm glad it didn't turn off no one's brains.
Yes, that would have been quite the mess to clean up. Also, a lot of questions to be asked when the merchants came into town again.
I mean, yeah. more so like they wouldn't have been any good without brains.
I do
Sure.
enjoy having a brain.
She'll just look to you, then look to Bloob. I never did figure out where the brain was on your kind.
Me?
Yes.
My brain is my brain.
Bet your brain's in your tummy.
Sure.
Oh god, Bloob's brain is in the bag of holding.
Oh no, my bag of holding. My brain's in there.
Has anyone here seen the new Ant-Man movie?
No.
Yes.
Oh, you know immediately who I'm thinking then.
I know the one where he's like, I have holes.
The one that goes full Kirby, yeah.
Yeah. I know who you're on about.
So,
Yeah.
she'll look to you, but I could try and see if I can get you set up at the tavern here. See if you can get a room for free for the night. There's
I really need to sleep.
a bit for help for, helping out the town. The
Yeah,
village.
I'm rather squishy and I used most of my spells.
I would hope that there would be some appreciation. The vagabonds were attempting to destroy this town with a large quantity of explosives.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that when word gets around the town, everyone's going to be quite thankful of it. After all, they can't really make a living if the town's gone. Now, if you don't mind, well, just pass on my name to the tavern keeper. That should carry some weight with it. I'm going to go check on your friends at the Turtle. And with that, she'll just shuffle off towards the north of the village. Her badger just in tow.
Do you think this town's appreciation will be of monetary gain?
I don't think they got much money to give.
So it is ours to take.
Well, I don't think taking it's a good idea. In the long run, having an ally is better than nothing.
Oh, so we intend to come back.
We could do. She knows Granny no one after all.
You still have not explained to us who this Granny no one really is.
I thought I did. Well, as far as I know, anyway.
So,
Did I just like phase that out, or
Well, I said that Granny, well, after I ate the cake and I turned into this, and then Granny picked me up and put me in the cage, and then she kept me there for a while until she figured out I could talk to people through their minds. And then, well, she taught me some magic. And then she disappeared. I don't know where she went.
I just had the horrifying jokey image that it turns out Granny Norway was Damodar in drag.
Oh no. This is like, yeah, so Granny No One looked after me for a while. She fed me, looked after me, taught me how to use magic for 4 years. And then she disappeared. Not sure what happened to her after that. She was just gone.
Hello, I returned.
Apparently Au-Zuk has pizza sandwich.
I got pizza sandwich.
you realize that's a factually null statement, right? Pizza is essentially a sandwich in and of itself.
And therefore, it is now a super sandwich. And therefore, it's a better sandwich. I'm going up in the world, David.
So,
Like your cholesterol.
Yeah!
There, go on.
as you head towards the tavern, we will move scenes over towards the turtle. Cog,
Eh.
can you make me a... I guess this would be an intelligence check, just to see how well you're doing in repairing your ship.
Oh. That is 14.
It's taken a bit of time. It doesn't really help when the Marquis is kind of hovering over your shoulder, just being like, okay, so what does that do? Remind me again, what, shouldn't you be putting that in that hole instead? No, I think you're doing, it's upside down. No, no, you're right, it's not upside down.
Eh.
Basically,
Given
backseat repair manning.
given how the Marquis is, I'm just imagining him literally hovering over her. And misunderstanding things being upside down by him being upside down.
That is
And
very accurate.
you do hear footsteps approaching.
I will just mute myself while I consume.
Alright. And as you hear footsteps approaching, you will see the granny just approaching from the distance. Oh, you're in worse state than the others.
What brings you here?
Concerned for friends, and just needed to see how you were doing. Also to see if you needed any help. I can send my son over if you need someone to help repair.
Work.
Yeah, it's you. And she'll look down to her badger. Uh, Go fetch him. He'll probably still be asleep in bed. Go wake him up. You know how best to do so. Grab around the pant leg, drag him out of bed. That whole situation. The badger will scurry off.
Mm,
He could probably also get you fixed up a bit as well if you need it.
mm. I should probably ask this to you real quick. Out of character.
Yes. Oh, I see. A private message. I would say she would. The only way she would is if you decided to reveal it.
Mm.
If you have not decided to reveal it, she would not.
Well, her kind of fixing things wouldn't help much with Cog in that category.
No, but
Unless otherwise.
she just see it as a case of, oh, you know, Warforged, they can probably be fixed with a bit of mechanical work, right? Is that how it works? I don't know. You're kind of rare around these parts. But if you think you can repair yourself, I won't tread in the way. Your friends have gone to the tavern to see if they can get a room for the night.
Oh, that's good. I guess we won't need to clean out any of the extra crew rooms in here then.
Oh, no, I mean, to be fair, if you're still having to repair that, it's probably better that no one gets it in anyway in case a wire gets crossed somewhere. I'm not quite sure how these space-faring ships work, but I'm pretty sure there's some kind of situation there where you could, I don't know, lose all air, everything becomes electrified.
Just the slight displeasure feeling of Cog wondering why she thinks that they would mess up.
I'm not saying you would mess up. I'm saying potentially my son might.
Eh. I won't let that happen.
Alright, alright.
Besides, none of this is life support.
I mean, technically it is, but not for them. Probably for him more.
Eh.
So, I do gotta ask anyway. It doesn't seem you found the springs. Where did you end up?
Hell.
Are we talking like a symbolical or literal?
Capital A.
Oh. I didn't think you were a sinner.
No. We found a... Well, we found a way through, but it wasn't the hot spring.
Demon Lord?
Demon Lord.
Which one?
Snake.
Snake. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. I don't think I know that one off by heart. I'll get to you all in the morning, see what I've come up with, if I can come up with anything.
Cool.
Because something tells me if you manage to escape hell, they're probably not going to be too happy about that. That about the looks of some of your friends down there, they'd probably be the kind itching for revenge.
Makes sense.
We kinda killed his dogs too.
It's
Oh.
okay, they're dicks.
Dominator John Wick style.
Oh no. Dom Wick.
Wait.
Tom Wick.
Snick.
Uh, at this point, you would see what seems to be a hastily dressed young male approaching up the path with just like a badger tugging at his pant leg as he's coming. It's like, yeah, I get it. Fine. Oh, it's you two.
Hello.
So, am I finally going to see what makes you... Oh, that's what you meant by repair. The ship. See, Granny, when you run about... I was hoping it was going to be... No, you're not laying a finger on him. You're laying a finger on the ship. And he'll just look you up and down, Cog. What the hell, see what makes a Warforged? Not today, though. Granny, it beats my
Preferably
head
with
row. What was that, sorry?
Preferably with consent.
Eh, what do you take me for, a monster?
You'd be surprised how many people have said, find out how some works.
That's fair. Who did we lose? Oh, we lost a Raka. He had to work. But yes, he will start to get to work on it. As he's just looking over some of the pieces. It seems fairly simple enough. Kind of similar to how an airship would be. Aside from the tongue part, not quite sure about that, but I've seen how butchers work with taking the tongues out of pigs. Pretty much just be the reverse of that, right?
There is wiring and stuff.
There's wiring as well in animals, it's called veins.
Yes, but if you put the wrong wire in, you'll be talking Bulgarian for the week.
What's Bulgarian?
Subdialect.
Never been there. Maybe someone near Boulders, I don't know.
Maybe.
He'll get to work on it.
Fuck
Granny will look over to you. Well, given that's happening there, I suppose that gives you the night off?
I do need to rest.
The Marquis will just look to you. Right. It's fine, come on. Bit of rest, bit of chatter, bit of a drink with new friends. What could be worse?
What could be worse?
Just mental frickin' conversation to Marquis, reminding them that Cog did technically get their ass handed to them.
That's fine. If need be, we can just, say, oh, yeah, how many people is it to a room? 2 people? That's fine, we can share a room.
We're going to sleep on someone's head.
And if it's single rooms, that's even better for you, right?
Right.
We just need to
I'll
make sure
still
it's a door with a
probably sleep
lock.
on someone's head.
Alright.
So as you both make your way down. Keep seeing that one pop up. I know that's on how much HP you were left on. I remember last time I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
But as they are making the way back, the rest of you've made your way over and into the tavern. And inside seems to be, I won't say it's exactly bustling, but it's not dead either. It's kind of like one of those midday kind of situations in a tavern. Only, towards the night.
Midday kind of situations in a tavern moment.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
return.
just a question. With this item, do I still get to pick who I'm talking to? Or does it just voice it to everybody?
You can choose to target someone directly. But if you don't concentrate on it to be like, I'm going to talk to you directly, it just urges it to everyone. So
Oh,
essentially,
okay.
but when it comes to alto combat, treat it as a little bit of like a concentration thing.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to in combat, I will say it will reduce it down to a bonus action rather than just an action. Which something tells me it was
Yeah.
already a bonus action, I don't know.
It was a bonus action to make the connection.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
And then it just stays active for like an hour, I want to say.
So we'll go with that.
But yeah,
But this is
because
seems to be a few oh sorry.
I'm just checking.
There seems to be a few races in here just having the last meal of the day before they head back to their houses. Some of them have already reached a point of just being so drunk they are
Oh
finding it
no,
hard to even stay seated.
the ability only lasts for a minute. Telepathic speech only lasts for a minute.
Bump it up to 5 for this app.
Well, it lasts a number of minutes equal to my sorcerer level,
Oh,
which is 1.
I mean,
It is my only way of communicating with the party, though.
it is when in combat like that if you want to do it directly, like a one-on-one, rather than airing it to the full party.
But also I've not really seen many other DMs enforce it like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'd enforced it like that as well, because I got around how many turns that combat last time, but it's fine.
I have no idea.
But yeah,
I didn't realize it only lasts for a minute, so.
essentially, but tavern, a mixture of races just sat around. Half of them so pissed that they can hardly remain sat in the seats. The other half are seemingly trying to ignore the pissed people as they finish off the last meal of the day before heading home.
This is certainly a midday moment.
Well, that's
Just
what I
kind
made it. It's like a midday thing in terms of how the crowd is, like size-wise. It's not like
This certainly is the midday moment of all time.
Just kind
It's
of like
can you
sat
t-
on someone's
busy,
head.
but not overcrowded.
exactly.
Just broadcasting.
Hey, hey, someone buy me a drink.
And the bartender will look over to you. Oh, seems to be a kind of stoutly, uh, bald-headed dwarf with a long, flowing grey beard. New faces. What can I get yous?
Hops onto the bar. It's like,
Um, give me a mead.
You'll just look around, out of confusion.
I just slither up to the bar and tell him it's the little one over here as I point at Misskiff.
Are you old enough to drink?
I'm 19.
I hate to say this now without going off as a bit speciesist, but is that in your years or common
I
years?
used to be a normal person.
Don't dwarves usually live for hundreds of years?
That's why
I'm
I'm about to ask if it's
19
in.
in the same type of years as you.
That's why we're saying if it was, 30 years or common years.
Common years.
Just give the fluff ball their drink.
Alright, alright. Does this come as well with like a normal person tolerance, or is it more to your normal form? Not that I really care at the moment. I've got enough pissed people in here anyway that I'm going to have to be doing cleaning up in the morning.
Uh,
It's just so I know that I'm not killing someone due to alcohol poisoning.
it's the guy just like,
uh.
One way to find out.
Find out.
Nowhere else has served me before, so.
Am I getting anything else?
I'll take whatever the little one's having.
Right, so 2 meads. What about you, Biggin?
A proportionate one of what they are having.
Alright, so same but in a bigger glass. Tankard. How about you, small green un? Wait, hang on a sec. Are you a goblin?
You're gonna
Yeah.
get shanked.
It's just a lowly kobold. Do not worry.
Ah,
It is no harm.
Maybe
That-
don't insult the one that shanks you in your shins.
could have sworn for a second. My eyes are getting bad in my old age.
If it wasn't for the fact that I'm not much more upped about my current form as yourselves, I'd be more insulted. I don't suppose this realm does, I don't suppose you do Purple Goblin, do you? On that note. The face you're giving me is telling me no.
Me personally, I don't, but I'm pretty sure my brother did at one point, and that's why he's not allowed at family meetings anymore. Bit of bartender humour. Yeah, I've got some down here. Bit of an import. I had a bit of a stranger come around here selling some weird drinks at some point.
That's nice. An actual taste of home. I haven't had that in a while.
Must have been some overseas drink, I don't know.
Sure, overseas.
And he'll look to you, Bloob. Do you even drink? I'm assuming Plasmoid's drink. It's rare when I get him around here.
Yeah. I mean, he won't be a heavy drinker, but he'll drink a little bit.
Alright, so
Just a little one as a treat for the hamster.
2 mediums, a small, a large, a purple goblin. You'll just hear called out from behind you. Make it 2 larges. And you wanting anything, Cog?
Scones.
What was that, sorry?
Scones.
I have to respect that, scones.
Scones. Is it pronounced
That's-
scones or scones? Also, you were quite quiet, so I'm turning you up a bit there, Ranna.
I've heard it pronounced many ways, but I like saying scones.
Scones.
Scones do fromage,
Cherry or
"Scone, they do
sultana?
fromage."
What you prefer?
Can't go wrong with the cherry ones with a bit of clotted cream and jam on it.
"Scone, they do fromage."
That's
And
good.
he will prepare up all the stuff. Start to hand out all your drinks. Oh, and
There's-
don't worry about the price of this. Granny's Badger came by with a message. Pretty much on the house for helping out with the village. Yeah.
Just this round?
Hmm. Depends on how much you're thinking of drinking.
I just give a very, very knowing smile. I'm it's safe to assume that it's like I'm big. I can.
I mean, you say that, but we had an ogre in here at some point who tried to claim the same thing, and he broke the floor after one sip.
Lightweight.
Then again, he did ask for the hardest drink.
Speaking of, it's the little furry one.
Mm,
Might
What?
not have ever drank. This will be amusing.
And as he's handing everyone stuff, he will hand you the scones, Cog, and then just kind of pause as he does.
Fuck is a scone? Sorry, I have to ask.
have you never had a scone?
Scone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dead
just
funny.
pronunciation was throwing me off.
That's why I chose to have it be oddly pronounced.
To be fair, it can be pronounced either scone or scone.
I have never heard it pronounced scone.
Oh god, what was that?
I would call it a scone,
I've
but
heard it.
Scones.
I'm also like a retard, so.
To be fair, we were watching a quiz show earlier where it on about from Great British Bake Off, that Mary Berry or whatever her name is. For some reason, the question was, does she pronounce it scone or scone?
Don't you Yanks call scones biscuits?
You just call us Yanks.
Well,
No,
called the others Yanks.
Oh yeah, there
Okay.
are Yanks here. Yeah, I'm used. God, I'm so used to those fucking old British. Fucking hell.
careful now.
Brit.
Well, if we're talking about scones and biscuits, we do have something I think that gets imported over here that is called a scone. It's very different from biscuit, American biscuit.
Yeah, fair enough.
If I were correct,
Biscuits are savory.
yeah, if I were correct, scones are a bit more fluffy. Whereas
Depends on
American
the type of
biscuits are like
biscuit.
a bit more spongy.
Yeah, some American biscuits tend to be quite fluffy,
Yeah.
whereas some are not.
Because I know a lot of thing when it comes to American biscuits is it's used to like soak up juices and gravy and such. So them being fluffy
Now,
is
you
a bit
can
helpful.
eat butter and jelly on an American biscuit, but it can be eaten with gravy.
Yeah, and it's one of those odd things when it's like jelly and my mind goes to the British jelly. Either
The-
way,
the-
getting off track.
This is one of the most impressive off tracks I've ever seen.
But yeah, if you will hand them and then just look to you like, I didn't realise you were kind of to eat.
Just me.
I guess it makes sense. Something needs to be processed for fuel.
Eh.
So, I'm hearing
did
that
you
you're needing
fix my
rooms for the night.
That would certainly be preferred.
All the rooms we've got at the moment are 3 people rooms. So if you're all fine with sharing rooms with each other, I'm sure that you could probably divide yourselves up into enough grass for it.
I prefer private.
I can see what I can do. If you're going for a private room, that may be a little bit extra cost on top. Heavily discounted, of course, but it's because that'd be more of the VIP rooms, if you get what I mean.
How much?
Going off the idea of it being a discounted thing as well. I'll tell you what, how much you got at the moment. We'll work it out from there.
Ten and a silver.
What, sorry?
I have 10 gold pieces and 1 silver.
That's exactly how much it costs at the discount.
I sincerely hope that it does not take all of that.
We'll call it 4 gold.
Alright.
If I tried to say, to be fair, any other person, I would have gone with the full amount. But I'm pretty sure Granny would have kicked my ass from the north side of the village to the south and back.
You'd have a
Misskiff goes.
vacation.
Misskiff goes in her little bag on her side, and then pulls out a coin that's like she has to hold with 2 paws.
I got some gold. How much is the rooms?
If you're sharing the 3-person room, it's free for the night. As said, it's on
Ah.
Granny that.
I don't really care. I don't really need lots of space.
In that case, you're fine. You don't need to pay.
Okay.
Sticks the coin back in tiny side
Aw.
pouch.
It may be best if I bunk with the small one. If she does not take space, I might be able to use of that space.
I'm very little. I don't really need much.
I mean, to be fair, it does look like you'd be taking up the space of 2 people's, but your little small fairy friend there would be taking up no space at all, so it works out quite nicely there still. There'd be room still for 1 more person in your room.
I'll take the room. I don't need that much either. I can coil up quite nicely.
Okay, you're sharing your own room. So I'm assuming then it's going to be the Eppo, the Blob, and the Kobold.
You had to think about that for way too long. Are we not like common pests around here? I mean, surely.
You are, it's just, I don't know, there's just something just at the back of my mind. It's weird. I think it's the colour. Maybe the
Maybe it's stickly.
A green one's really that weird.
that vibrancy, yes. We might able to get like the more dark foresty type of scales around here. Like an olive green kind of thing, if you get what I mean.
Oh, well, there it is, I guess.
I've just realised what that sounded like when it came out, and I apologise.
We don't get
I'm-
your lot round here.
I'm just not questioning it anymore.
We don't really get that many kobolds around here. Not since the
Eh.
incidents.
I'm not surprised. They're usually too busy sacrificing themselves to whatever dragon looks biggest. Yawn.
Actually, it wasn't a dragon they sacrificed themselves to last time they were here.
Oh, even more disappointing. Somehow.
A lot of them yeeted themselves through that portal over there.
The
The,
one we came through.
The hell portal?
I'm not surprised. Kobolds just can't help but put their noses everywhere it doesn't belong.
you're kind of down talking on your own kind there, mate. I mean, I
Oh.
suppose if anyone gets to, it's their own kind, but
He's one of them self-hating kobolds.
That's depressing.
Yeah, so what you called a no-bold. Anyway,
Misskiff is already kind of like lapping up the alcohol
make me a con save if you would.
like a cat drinks water, just like nim, nim,
Yep.
nim, nim, nim.
Misskiff, make me a con save if you would.
Which is that's not bad. That's terrible considering I get a +3 to that.
That is terrible, but it's not you're on your ass terrible. It's just the room is slightly spinning now. Terrible.
you're a nicer
And before-
DM than I would have been.
And before you find out the room isn't spinning, Unusor is spinning you.
I'm afraid I will have to throw you.
You can't throw me! I'm little and Italian.
But yeah, if people are having their drinks, I would like con
I'm
saves,
little and a
please.
sorcerer.
A Fuck off. Yes, you're a dwarf. Fuck off.
Sanna,
I heard that.
you're fine. Just about fine, but you're fine.
Oh, I was about to say I can't walk straight anyway.
Yeah, but I assume when it comes to how Sanna is body-wise, if she were to get drunk, it'd be less unbalanced on the feet and more swaying around like one of those wacky inflatable flailing guard
Yes.
tubes.
So I
Uh,
suppose I should make one too.
Wacky
Yes.
inflatable tube Iron Man.
However, Au-Zuk and Unusor, yeah, the drink's starting to hit you both as well.
This is good. You people drink this?
A lot of people seem to drink it. It's one of our more popular ones. Bit stronger than some of the other places' mead. Still not our strongest drink though.
I don't drink very often. This is nice.
I down the tankard, slam it down, and yell, "Another!"
Of that one, or would you like
That's
to
so
try?
loud.
Would you like to
Too
try a
close.
stronger drink?
And another.
Just Misskiff is like,
It's sweet.
So what was that? Sorry, David. Do you want another one of those ones, or do you want the stronger drink?
Yes.
You want both?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll pour you another tankard full of your ale. That's set to one side. What seems to be a smaller tankard. But as he catches the look in your eye, he'll quickly go, it has to be this size. Any larger quantities and things get very dicey.
"This what I think is."
And he will
You
pull
guys-
out what seems to be...
Oh no. Every time. I can't escape this fucking shit anymore.
It's been ingrained in me so much that any time I need
Do
to think of a
not
strong drink, it has
Give
to...
the 4X to the fire breather. That's a dumb idea. I don't know much about this drink. Don't give it to the fire breather.
See, I thought
That
it was
was
gonna
all.
happen. I thought we were gonna
Yes,
have
I know
another
you
Nancy
did.
date rape pub incident.
No.
Oh god, no, we do not return to the Nancy Day rape
Guess
pub
what?
incident.
Guess what, Unusor? You're missing your kidney now.
Fuck you! Fuck you, unlivers your Dragonborn.
But no, he will pull out what seems to be a cask made of metal and glass with what seems to be a shimmering blue liquid within. And he will fill up your tankard full of that. Now I do need to ask, given you are Dragonborn, I'm assuming, or Dragonkin, please don't breathe fire around this. I don't want to lose another tavern.
Another.
Taverns, that's something you have to bring up often.
If this is good, then I will do my best not to.
Okay. So which one are you going for first, the normal mead or this?
The normal meat and then the strong one. I'm not an
Okay.
idiot.
Make me two concepts.
Mix them.
You're getting a bit more used to the normal mead. It hasn't hit you as hard as the first one.
Here's where I crit fail. Okay! I'm fine with this.
At the end of every week.
Would you believe that that is just a pass? Just about a pass. It's a high con save for 4x.
Yeah, that's the nice DC. That's the Leigh doesn't like to kill his players DC.
Yeah, this is the
I
not the
I
Jamie
know what
DC.
the real DC is, and that's because Jamie, if his numbers aren't high enough, his horn doesn't get horny enough.
Yeah. So the mead, you're kind of getting used to it. Then you drink this blue liquid, and it hits like a, it just
Here I am,
pretty much.
rolling like a hurricane.
Dude.
Da, 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 da.
It's just, as such you put, the best way I could describe it is, you drink it and it feels like someone has just slapped you hard in the face. It's that powerful of a drink.
Okay. I take a moment to get my bearings, and I just hold on to the counter until the world stops rumbling.
It's kind of like she's just kind of there, like
I'm gonna sleep on your head.
Yeah, I managed to pick that up on my travels a bit back. Wish I could remember the town name. I'd like to pick up some more of that at some point. All I remember is full of buff people and an owlbear.
I'm almost a little disappointed that you actually went to the place that has that booze, but not the purple goblin. Oh god.
That's because the person that sold me it never told me where he got it from. It's weird.
It's pretty far. It's pretty far.
So,
Oh.
in response to Misskiff, I would just like nod my head, not daring to move until the world stops moving. And then when the barman speaks, I'll be like, cask of this when we leave. Yes. And just like puts his head down on the counter.
Oh, but one of you might need to give him a bit of an hand to his room.
I'm too little.
You said you were sharing it with him, didn't you? Oh, sorry, I just realised I never got any of your names.
I'm Misskiff.
I'm Cock.
Marquis.
Au-Zuk.
Au-Zuk.
Sanna.
Sanna. Sanna, would you be able to get him to his room, if need be?
I can certainly try.
Alright, thank you for that. Also, I just realised we have not had a... Oh. Where'd it go? I think Rebecca might have crashed. I was about to say, we never got a concert from Rebecca, and then I realised she's not in the chat anymore. Despite the fact that she's in Roll20. I think her Discord may have crashed, I don't know.
Has she tried turning it off and on?
She's actually typing in Roll20 at the moment. Oh yeah, I think something did happen there. My phone ran out of charge, she'll be back in the call soon.
climbs up on top of Unusor's head.
Yeah.
And just kind of sits there and is just like,
Come on, big guy. Time for bed.
Yeah. I have no problem actually walking. Just very shaky and wobbly.
Like a newborn deer.
Yes. And now my mother must die.
Sanna just splitters next to Unusor to be like a leaning something to lean on.
Yeah, you could just like get the arm around your shoulders and just make your way up with them towards the room. They will hand you the key and be like, there you go, it's just up the stairs on the first floor to the left. He will hand the other keys to Marquis. No, to Au-Zuk, since Marquis actually isn't here. Same thing, but on the right for your room.
Yep.
And the VIP rooms are on the second floor for you, as he hands the key to Cog.
Thank you.
You should be able to tell which one it is via the symbol. Also, Bluebee's also slightly drunk, so they're kind of just wobbling it in and out of solid form, would be the best way to put it. Also, welcome back, Rebecca.
Okay, I'm back.
Yep, so Bluebee's slightly drunk, so you find it hard to keep a stable form. So it's
Yeah.
kind of humanoid at one point, that just kind of squishes into a blob form. And then you kind of see like limbs trying to keep onto the bar. Just like halved form arms and such.
Another one, please. Thanks.
Alright, as long as you don't get too liquidy and seep through the floorboards. He'll
Just
He'll slide you one over. Make me another.
Cornetto. Give it to
Maybe
me.
two.
Oh, did you just see that?
Yeah, I did. So you drink it, and your system has already adapted to this drink.
You become alcohol.
Oh, for goodness sakes, that didn't last long. This is why I don't drink that often.
I mean, you could always try the 4X.
Yes.
Oh dear.
See how my
Oh,
body
dear.
handles this.
Con save.
So,
Oh
Fear-
no.
theory.
Yes.
If they absorb this and then we light them on fire, will they explode?
I don't want to test this.
I
Yes, but
do.
the hamster does.
That just reminds me of the thing Jamie told me. Where apparently bags of holding just blow up if you stab them with a javelin or something. And therefore, with how I've run plasmoids for both Keris and Rebecca, if you stabbed them in their center, they would just die instantly.
Ugh.
But,
Everything inside them just basically goes outward when they get perforated, so it depends how much crap's in them.
yeah. So essentially, but I decided to ignore that rule when it comes to the bags of holding.
Yeah, but it'd be really
Otherwise-
funny if Bloob gets speared and a hamster goes.
It'd be even more funny if Keris's plasmoid gets speared in the spelljammers, given she's got all the explosive barrels in her.
Yeah, now she will literally explode.
But you quickly down the blue liquid, and you cannot keep a solid form anymore. You just kind of go blob on the floor.
Blue feels amazing.
The Marquis is just like,
Oh dear, she's melted.
I don't suppose you've got like a large tub or something back there. Give me a moment. And he'll bring out what seems to be like a large washing basin and just kind of shove it to the other end.
I don't suppose you've got more bottles of purple goblin back there. I wouldn't mind another one. It's not very common stuff around here, you see.
He'll pour you another one.
Have you guys seen the episode of Family Guy where Peter has no bones?
It's been ages, but yes.
That's what I'm imagining Bloob is like right now.
But the Marquis will just kind of scoop you into this basin, essentially, but Blue. And you are fine, Au-Zuk.
It doesn't hit me any harder than it already has, which is already a little tipsy.
Pretty much.
Lager.
I mean, not that many people come in and buy this stuff, really, so I've still got, well, I had pretty much the full bottle still left before you came in.
Yeah, where I come from, goblins are really good brewers. So yeah, it's pretty popular.
Whereabouts is this, if you don't mind? I don't mind picking up some more of this stuff.
Really far away.
Where exporters?
Are any of them planeswalkers? Do you even know what that means? I barely know what that means.
I played a bit of Magic in my past.
Oh, you're on about. You don't play magic, you shoot magic. I don't want to play this magic. What's this magic? Ah, that's not. I've probably become a crippling addiction or something. No, it's well, it's real far away. But don't tell the other kobolds I said that, because then they judge me. Because they don't believe me.
That's fair, that's fair. Trust me, I'm not one to gossip. At least when it comes about my customers.
Imagine just upstairs this big.
Oh, you know, there's like a big...
Over.
It's like, oh, I bet they got him on the bed, or on the floor at least.
But I was supposed to have a very good time.
Either that or through the floor.
Now, that's normally in the VIP rooms.
Is that what she's gonna be up to tonight?
I mean, they still stood quite literally there. I think they're on the last scone at the moment.
Just the freaking gnashing and grinding of a freaking scone getting decimated by a robotic mouth.
That's okay. She's a robot, right? They don't bang. I don't think. I don't want to overthink this one. Quick, give me another drink.
He'll pour you another one.
I promise I won't take any more of these. They're like pennies to get a hold of. I should know. I think this is only the third time I've managed to get hold of Purple Goblin.
How much?
It's just getting better.
How much weight can these beds hold?
This is a certified. The DM was not prepared for this question moment, and the DM hasn't even had a chance to think about it yet. I'm just telling you what it is.
I'd say they'd probably be able to hold quite a bit of weight to them, especially given the idea that you've pushed 2 beds together to make room for yourself.
Fair.
So it'd be spread out over 2 beds rather than just one.
That is fair.
And it is a tavern, so I imagine that they've probably had stuff specially made for.
Especially given they have mentioned that one of their customers is an ogre.
This is true.
But yeah. After a bit, he'll just start closing up his stuff and be like, "Hey, you think that's calling time? You all get some rest now.
Okay.
You need
And
a
also-
hand up?
We'll make his way upstairs. I need to check something.
Just roll to see if you fall back down the stairs.
This is gonna go up the stairs. He's gonna get up the stairs all stumbly like, and
Don't
he's gonna
joke.
open the right door. Good lord, he's off on one. He's managed it, lads.
Don't joke about freaking getting injured on stairs. Dion legit nearly killed someone once with stairs.
I know.
I'll never get over the time. My family went to a party, and apparently my dad was just walking down the stairs and just gave up on the last one, and just sort of everybody do the flop down the last few. And he comes back looking like his face is made of bolognese and sadness.
Check for DMs.
And I will take the piss out of him relentlessly till the end of time.
I oddly was going to ask you to roll for that.
Okay. What
But,
do I need to roll?
Well, first things first. So you manage to get up there. Marquis follows in close behind. Just kind of settles the basin on the third spare bed. Just like, and there we go. And then you'll just hear a quick knock at the door. Au-Zuk.
Let's see. How long's it been?
Not that long. Quite literally, you just got in there and flopped on the bed.
Give me a minute.
I mean,
Opens door.
Miasma's there, being like, I didn't manage to get a room in time, and I saw how Bloob was. Is it right if I take
You
Bloob's bed?
again?
Miasma.
I can't remember. Names are new to me.
She'll just look to you, look to Marquis. How much did he have? 3? Yes.
Oh, the Purple Goblin is a very strong alcohol. It's made by goblins, what do you expect?
I'm assuming then that your eyes are blurry. The cat with the large grin.
I'll be honest, it's like it's been 2 months since we last talked about this. I don't remember who you are.
Marquis will just move the basin onto the floor that contains the... I won't say liquid, but essentially, but you know, like when you've left jelly out for a bit too long and it starts to get a bit too liquidy.
No, I have no idea. I don't like jelly.
Newtonian fluid almost.
Yeah, kind of like that. Essentially, but you feel like Bloob has taken the shape of the basin, but you feel like if you try to put your hand in him, you'd have a hard time getting your hand back out. And not just because of the bag of holding.
Fuck. Please. One. And a little, like, very disfigured hand comes out, but, like, it is, like, drooping down.
It's just, you just raise up the hand. The thumb just kind of caves away and falls back into yourself, as well as the little finger. And then the ring finger and the index finger do. It's just the middle finger left. And I just imagine it's just like a, sorry about that. Did I accidentally flip the bird? My bad.
I'm sorry.
Accidentally gave you the F finger, did I? But, yes. Cog, you managed to finish off your scones, and you head on up the stairs.
I have balanced the plate and the silverware.
Yep.
If there was any.
Yes. And the engraving on your door and on the key is that of a shield.
Huh.
As you do enter, it's like how you'd expect a VIP room, like double-sized bed with the poster pillar kind of things and the canopy. Several seats all padded out. And enough room there that you practically could... How best to describe this? Enough room there that you could quite literally swing a Jericho in it.
That's a very specific, yeah.
I mean, think about it. You got your rooms where you can swing around the cat in it. But if you're swinging around the Jericho, you've also got to make sure you've got room in case monkey.
Yeah, as I said, quite a specific.
I don't know, I think it's because I saw that cat picture earlier that got posted in Discord of Jericho the White.
Jericho the White.
Jericho the Stinky! I've got that stuck in my head too. But yeah, I'm assuming you get to work repairing yourself.
Soon as Cog makes sure that there's no way that they're going to be seen at all.
Oh, you know, there's a heavy-duty lock on the other end of the door.
Are there windows?
There are windows, but they also seem to have like the blackout curtains.
Cool. Marvelous. All of that's closed.
Yep. And you get to work. I'm not going to make you roll for it. It's essentially, it's counted as your long rest as well. Part of that.
Ooh.
But as you all manage to get some sleep, I am going to need... I forget what kind of roll we discussed on this. I think we discussed it either being a con or a wisdom. I think I want to go wisdom on this, Dion. If that makes sense.
Is there a set DC for it, or
There is.
a save or check? Because it's not something I'm doing consciously, so I'm guessing it's a save.
It's a save. Okay. Because if I
She would've
remember,
been
we were
split-
on
she
about
would've been
different. We were on about
Yeah,
different
she-
tiers for this.
Yeah, well, kinda. You mentioned the kind of halfway
Yes.
and then the full way, but she
Yes.
would have been sleeping on top of Senna, not on top of Unusor, because she didn't want to get squished.
That is absolutely fair, given how drunk Unusor is.
That is very, very smart.
I
So,
can imagine Misskiff just being coiled up in the coil.
Yeah.
Yo, dog, we heard you like coils.
Sanna,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to make me a perception check, if you would. This is oddly not going off of sight or sound or smell or anything like that, but more on feeling.
You got a feeling.
Well,
Oh, God.
Woo.
I feel nothing.
Actually, you kind of do. But you can't decide whether it's something actually happening or if it's because of your drink. But where Misskiff is, it feels a bit heavier now.
not weight shaming the rodent.
I am just gonna briefly open an eye to see what the hell is going on, or just to make sure that if I actually am feeling that shit.
Through the darkness of the room.
I have dark vision.
Oh yes. Oh, good point. Okay.
Oh, do you have dark vision? Wouldn't it be a surprise if she had dark vision, guys? Wow, she has dark vision? Someone in D&D has dark vision?
To be fair, it has become a big issue in the 3.5 game that I'm in on the Saturdays where none of us have dark vision.
That's 3.5.
But one of the characters is always glowing, so he counts as a torch anyway. But yes, you look down to where Misskiff is in the coils. At first you think she's moved. She's moved upwards a bit. Then you realise, no, she's not closer. She's bigger. And also decidedly less fluffy in areas.
Oh god, does she have a Jekyll and Hyde mode?
She is looking... the best way to describe it. Imagine taking Misskiff, making her medium-sized, and... I hate the fact that I've got to say this now. Looking more like a ferret girl than a ferret.
What
Looking more
did you
humanoid.
just say?
I know,
Where?
it's highly illegal.
Looking more humanoid than
Yes. That's the best way
the
to
one I
describe it.
lost. Fast asleep though.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely asleep. Probably making a little...
It's like,
I am going to decide to leave that for what it is right now and just get back to sleep.
Okay.
it just looks as like, no.
It just looks it's like, wow, that really was strong shit. Blech.
I'm not drunk enough to deal with this.
Yes.
However, there is one more thing I need for someone to roll before the night is through. Cog,
Hmm?
make me a wisdom check, if you would.
Wisdom check.
Mhm.
Cog's not very wise, but that's a 13.
As you're just working on the repairs, you can sense it down below in the rooms. The different
Wait.
swirling colours and visions and thoughts. The dreams.
Hit PlayStation 4 game dreams.
Yes, there is a cow in the tavern.
Look, we don't shame the Minotaur for what they do in their sleep.
Maeve, fuck off. Yes, I know you're adorable and I love you too, you my fluffy girl, but fuck off. Sorry, I just realized I'm swearing with them muting myself.
It's fine. We're way
That's fine.
past the
You
first
can
10
bleep.
minute mark.
You can bleep me.
Just swearing at the dog.
If I had to bleep every F word that happened in these games,
There would be a lot of bleeping.
it would be every fifth word, let's face it.
Yeah.
It
some
would be one continuous bleep.
For some reason, I
Yeah.
feel like bleeping the swears would just encourage them more.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, we definitely
shit.
stopped to make that joke at least once.
But
What's that? You've got to stop and censor all of this fucking filthy fucking mouth words fucking. Fucking what? You gotta fucking all do all of the fucking F words. How many times do you have to press that fucking bleeper, Leigh?
Yet again, I think it's because I just had to do it for quite some time, ages back when I used to do it. But just you doing that little rant there, and all I had in my mind was the little cat model just animated to that.
If I say cunt, you have to bleep it harder.
No, you're... That's
I,
I
suppose
understand.
cat
YouTube
ignored
Australia
those.
fan base.
Oh.
And it's just like, oh, the fuck you bleep that, you daft cunt. Why is that Scottish? Anyway.
I don't know either way.
But
Morning-
yeah, who
Oh.
yeah.
Sorry.
I was to say, where were we?
Crashing swiftly on.
So I'm assuming that you're ignoring the call of the dreams, Cog, and just focusing
Cog
on
is
repairs.
currently busy, so
Okay.
that won't be happening tonight.
And the night passes. Morning comes too.
I will
Those-
point out to Sanna, though, I was actually medium-sized, so...
It's fine.
So those who were somewhat drunk last night, you do wake up with quite a bit of a hangover. Especially you Unusor.
No, I
4x
don't.
hits
Fuck you.
hard.
I checked to make sure I didn't set anything on fire.
You look around. Nothing seems to be on fire.
I must take more of this with.
This is where no one brings up what we did in Jamie's game with this. I would rather not have that go on.
Oh, where we killed a player character with it?
Essentially
Thank
put,
you.
our DM Jamie did the daft decision of allowing us a cask of this stuff. We realised how highly volatile and explosive it can be. We
It
killed a
wasn't even
giant.
that. We were surrounded by vampires, so we tossed the cask and I shot it with a flaming arrow.
It killed all the vampires and one of the other players.
Collateral damage.
Yeah,
Pretty
we killed
much.
Ed.
So it was like a fireball, but better.
Yeah.
It's a Jamie game. His numbers were like Final Fantasy, but Hideo Kojima has just taken crack. Also, Hideo Kojima runs Final Fantasy now, apparently. I know like 3 Japanese names, and that's one of them.
Yeah. Misskiff is still asleep on top of Sanna.
It still looked the same.
Yep, back down
I
to the
don't
normal
know.
size.
Yeah, I'm back to normal now.
Because if I recall right, this only happens during the night.
Yeah.
Au-Zuk wakes up with minimal hangover and maximum pleased.
I will say this though, Sanna. Despite the fact that you think, oh, you know, it probably was just something from being somewhat drunk or tipsy, you do notice that while you were holding her quite tightly in the coils before you went to sleep, now there is enough space for what you could only assume to be a medium creature in your coils, with Misskiff just kind of blopped down in the middle of it.
Right.
Methinks the DM wants you to notice something.
Notice me.
Bloob, you can retain your form once more.
Notices your bulgy wolves are at least where it should be.
You have holes.
I have 7 holes.
Not gonna question that. Not even gonna begin to question that sense.
Don't question it. I was referencing a movie.
Not gonna question that. Not gonna question that at
Oh
all.
god, that reminds me, we ended up watching, what's its name last night? Megan.
Oh, the weird freaking
The
robot
girl.
who does the dances.
Yeah, it's a fun film.
I'm sorry, it's just like intense horror music with her doing TikTok dances. Just made me piss myself laughing.
It's a fun film, I enjoyed it. It essentially put, as Santa said in one of the other chats, think like a Chucky film, but like more the later Chucky films where it doesn't take itself seriously. If you go in expecting that kind of stuff, you're good. Anyway, so
Misskiff would eventually wake up just stretching.
now this is something that I recall we were discussing, and I do need to remember what we finalized on this. Did we say that Misskiff's clothing stretches with her when she changes?
No.
So
She doesn't wear her armor
yes,
when
you don't.
she's sleeping.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's fine then.
Because otherwise it would just be completely destroyed.
Yeah. So I try to remember if it stretched or if Misskiff just kind of sleep kicked her way out of that stuff. Well, it happened.
It's in character wise, Misskiff takes it off because it's uncomfy to sleep with.
Plus, you can't technically sleep in armor anyway.
Yeah. Out of character wise, it's because if I did, there's a chance it'd just get destroyed, and I only have a limited amount of leather armor.
Plus, you don't want to lose the hat.
I don't want to lose the hat now.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time you've I don't want to say deferred a character because you didn't defer Foot.
I
You know what I
mean,
mean. Wouldn't be the first time you've made an animalistic character naked.
well, it's a weird thing with Misskiff that you'll have to wait to find out.
Ooh, the suspense.
So,
There's a lot going on with Misskiff.
by this point, Cog, you would have repaired and managed to get enough rest. So everyone does indeed heal up and get the spell slots and everything back.
Yay! I'm
Yes.
back to 17 hit points.
Sanna would be awake before Misskiff wakes up, probably.
Stretch.
But she wouldn't have moved until Misskiff wakes up. You just have a creepy snake lady staring at you when you wake up.
She just wakes up, she just stretches, she just opens her eyes like, morning?
Morning. The big guy
Sounds like
seems to
someone's
be
fine.
having a hard time.
You're staring pretty intently there, you good?
What is this banging in my head?
You drank too much, big guy. This is telepathically into your head as well. So.
Make it stop!
Oh yeah. That wouldn't help, would it?
So, do you have a spell that makes you grow?
No. I only know a couple of spells. One summons weird army things. The other I whisper at people and they get scared. The other I throw a bolt of weird energy and it can change. And the other makes people have to do things. I can distract people with it. And make my friends do better.
Hmm.
I don't know a spell that
Great.
can make me bigger.
I just love the fact that you had to quickly change that there from. The other one, I can make people do. I mean, I can help my friends and distract people.
Yeah, that didn't escape my notice.
Oh, come on, you try explaining silvery barbs. You literally just make people re-roll to give your friends advantage.
Who says it has to be limited to your friends that you make reroll?
No, you can make anyone re-roll, but then you always give advantage to someone after.
But yes,
Anyways,
Anyway,
after
Sanna.
go.
I don't know
Oh,
many spells yet.
Sanna would point out the fact that the coil is way wider around Misskiff, and then would be like, I didn't move.
Maybe you just didn't notice. Sometimes I move in my sleep.
Right.
I mean, I'd like to be bigger. I used to be bigger. I think, yeah, I used to be a lot bigger. But now I'm just little.
I used to be a lot bigger. I used to be 3 foot.
I used to have thumbs. I don't have thumbs no more.
Well, technically you do, but not like helpful ones.
Yeah, they're not opposable.
He'll be fine. Till we meet up with the others.
Next
I
match,
say a little bit louder than necessary.
next magical item to get for Misskiff, little mechanical thumbs.
I can hold a pencil.
But yes, with Sanna saying that a bit louder than normal. Yet again, it does bang through your head a little bit there, Unusor.
The first object I can grab gets thrown.
It's just Misskiff.
I'd assume that would be one of your personal items, given they would
I
be
know,
near
but
the
it'd be
thing.
Or even
funny.
pillows or anything that's just within reach without looking. So I'm not aiming for anything specific.
Just
Alright.
reaches
I am
down, grabs,
almost tempted
throw.
to.
You just grab the nightstand and throw it.
See, I was
Just grab
tempted to say...
Misskiff.
That's what I've been joking about. You just grab me, skeef and yeet.
I am almost tempted to use a key point to fucking catch it and throw it back, but I won't.
Pillow fight.
I want to point
So
out I
then it
made it fucking very obvious I'm not aiming.
you throw Misskiff, it just becomes a thing of throwing the Sable back and forth.
I'll say that it's a vase, like a vase.
I
You
know.
just kind of grab that and it just smashes against a wall. You just hear from down below just the...
My cabbages!
My vases.
I really hope that wasn't...
I go downstairs. So, wait,
fine,
can
you
you
know.
open the door?
It's fine, mending, it's fine.
Remember, they saved the town.
Be nice to the saviors, they say. It'll bring in more revenue, they say.
Okay, your response to Misskiff is literally scratching the door.
I just slither over and open it.
She runs out and starts hopping down the stairs.
And downstairs, the bartender will be just setting up for the day. Was the vase in your room or was it in the other room? Your room. Right, got it. Big one? Right, got it.
Hops up onto the counter. I want meat.
It is part of breakfast, yes.
Do you have rabbit?
It's not
sorry.
awfully close to cannibalism.
I'm sorry,
I used to hunt rabbits.
rabbit. I couldn't decide if you said rabbit or rabbit.
Rabbit.
We got her. Will that do?
Yeah,
I
I used to hunt them
just
out back
realised
Granny No One's house.
that's the meat equivalent of like asking for a Coke and the person being like, "We've got Pepsi. Is that okay?"
It's just like, and also, David, I am literally a carnivore who is nowhere near related to a lagomorph.
I mean, all the breakfast spread is being put out over there at the moment. She insisted it be moved over to her table so that you can discuss things.
It's the hair over there.
He will motion over to what seems to be a large table with Granny sat at it, making her own breakfast.
She'll jump off and run over to the table and immediately start looking for hair.
Make me a perception. You find it hidden in the other meats.
She's literally sat on the plate with it, just nomming.
Oh, well, that's one, and I see the others slowly making their way down.
I clutch the wall as I slowly make my way down.
You just see Sanna slither in front of Unusor with a big grin, like smirky grin on her face.
How is
I'm
it
not
that one's
joking.
looking worse than last night?
Misskiff is crunching the bones and everything, so you'd probably just hear
Like, it makes sense for him to look bad from last night after a fight, but...
To be fair,
Yeah,
last
they saw
night
some
you
strong
were
stuff here.
you were sat there telling us how potent your brew was.
I mean, he drank a lot.
She'll just look over to the bartender. Was it the 4X? Yep. Always seems to happen.
I liked it.
Yes, that's all that matters at the end of the day. He only gets one life. Make the most of it.
Maybe you should like it a little bit less.
Did he only have one?
One what?
Grass.
Grass?
Glass.
Oh,
G
glass.
A.
It sounded like you were telling me to touch grass.
Oh no. G. Wait. G A. Wait. G L A S S.
Touch gas? That's worse.
Glass.
But yeah, she will just wave the party over to her table.
Oh, fucking Sable. Spelling is not my strong suit.
That's
Before making he way to he goddamn table, Au-Zuk is gonna go to the bartender and go, I don't suppose I could have a bottle or two of that purple goblin. Not right now, of
I was
course.
about to ask if it were now or if ever for the travels. I were about to say it's a bit early, is it not?
It's not a common drink. I'm surprised I managed to find some, to be honest.
I suppose I can part with a bottle.
Meanwhile, the crunching of bones continues to sound from the table.
Au-Zuk starts bouncing like, well, me,
Essentially, as Au-Zuk starts bouncing, we hear the chur somehow.
I think the green one is having fun upstairs.
Oh no, he's
He's
downstairs at
over
the bar.
by the bar.
Munch, crunch, crunching of bones.
As he slides it on the counter, he'll be like, alright, given how rare it is, that'll be 15 And before you can finish it, Granny just shoots him with glare. On the house. For the sake of the town. But I'm not doing that with a 4x. Not again. Not after last time.
Au-Zuk happily wanders off with his newly acquired bottle of purple goblin.
Misskiff has completely devoured a plate of rabbit.
And as you all take your seat. So, I did a bit of research on this demon of yours. Turns out they're not a demon.
Ow.
Turns out what you was captured by is a god.
BRB.
No,
Gods
don't go
can be
BRB. I'm explaining stuff now.
It would not be the first time gods have been killed.
I am a little sick of dealing with people with god complexes.
There's people with god complexes, and then there's people who had the complex who then became a god. It's a complicated thing. Quite literally in this case.
It still wouldn't be the first time I've dealt with them. Just maybe not as this.
It's my case if you expect someone's timeline to just be, from A to B. This one kind of goes A towards B and then loops back around and goes right behind A again. I don't know, this is weird. Either way.
You met the hippo. I don't think weird is a concept anymore.
Where
Either
is the
way.
hippo?
He's there as well. He's just stuffing his face with the food.
good food.
You see, Cog, the mouth is optional.
But she'll look to the rest of you. The name I could figure out for this god is Damada. Such a pet.
Damn
Not Damada, not a nice fella.
Are we supposed to know who this is?
Llama Doug.
You can make me religion checks if you wish. This is where I hardly wish Santa was in the chat at the moment, as he would be able to remember this shit more than me. For
Take your flavour of 13.
Damada.
I have no fucking clue who this pretender to godhood is.
Religion.
Common Doug.
Battenberg! No, not her.
Get me, Turge?
Able Dudge.
Au-Zuk and Cog, The name kind of sounds familiar, but you're not entirely sure what they're the god of. Just that you've heard it in whisperings before. I have not had a roll from Rebecca yet.
Brimblebag?
Thimbled.
Hamburg.
Roll now.
What? Religion, if you would, please.
Yes.
Tumblehead.
The longer I think about it, I don't think it's anything kobold in nature.
Bloob.
Yes.
You've heard some whisperings of tales of Damodar. Of specifically the fact that they're kind of like a cast down god. One that I wouldn't say the rest of the gods feared, but that the rest of the gods definitely have a disliking to. And that doesn't just go for like, oh, you know, the good gods hate this character. No, even some of like the evil gods are like, yeah, that guy's kind of a dick.
Mm.
I mean, evil gods disliking each other isn't
Uncommon.
uncommon, but actively being like, yeah, no, this guy's a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if this is the case, he's not to be quite spiteful, so I'd be kind of expecting him to be after you at some point.
Let him come.
I
He
mean,
thought
we
he
did-
could keep me in chains.
We kinda did kill his dogs.
Oh, then
I
he's
will-
definitely going to be coming after you.
We killed
How
his
do
dogs because they stood in the way of us escaping him.
Yeah, he had us locked in hell.
He had it coming.
will certainly require a lot more practice in this form if I'm to take on another god.
Granny will just look over to you and just raise an eyebrow, but not say anything.
Am I the
You
only one who
mean-
thinks, who's thinking that Archer Giff for Jack now? Thanks, Freddy Foreboding.
But she will look to you and be like, judging by your reaction to that, I'm assuming you're not the kind to try and run away from this problem.
Quite the opposite.
Yeah, about to say, between you, the big guy, and some of the others here, you look like the kind for revenge.
Nope. Just not the kind of put up with crap.
Revenge implies they were able to wound. This will just be putting an upstart in their place.
That works too. See, I've been up all night doing a bit of research on this. I think I might have a bit of a lead for this. If you want to, not so much get revenge, but at least, as you said, put an upstart in his place.
Oh, he has to die. He's slighted.
I'm just tired.
I had a message.
It's just me. I forgot to include one of the stickers earlier.
Oh, you see, it's a good job that you've met up with these two then. Is she'll motion over to the Marquis and Cog. Because our old friend, Damodar here, he's been up to quite a bit recently. Over these past couple of years. Seems he's been trying to get a bigger foothold in hell. And as such, he's been making all sorts of different kinds of connections.
I really fail to see how this is much of a problem. He's just causing issues for hell.
And hell spills over onto this realm, and every other realm eventually as well. I mean,
All
he already
roads
tried.
lead to hell.
Apparently, he already tried it on an island some ways away a few years back. And
God,
with
your
that,
hell here is particularly bad, isn't it?
with that, you will see like
In
a
the
bit of
dis-
grimace on
just-
Miasma's face.
Just somewhere in the distance, you hear.
Fuck you, snake cunt.
Odie?
But
I wasn't in that campaign for long, but I was there for long enough to fucking recognize a Cody insult.
She will look to you all.
Oh.
Let me just see. You know what, Sanna, roll me the religion again and we'll treat it as if you had advantage. Because you do bring up a very good point there.
It didn't matter.
Because even though you have heard of snake deities and such before, Dharma didn't
Not
just
this
kind of
one.
slip in your mind. Essentially, Pets, he's
He's a
been
would-be snake demon.
traveling around a few of the different realms, how best to put it? Do you know, like, you have to travel around in the ship to get to different places, Cog?
Yeah.
Yeah, his godhood means he doesn't have to. He can just kind of get there if needs be.
Oh,
He's
there really is a planeswalker.
he's been setting up a kind of squad or a team, or basically he's got generals, I guess you could describe it as.
Felt like a shit squad. I couldn't help myself.
Loaded.
Oddly enough, that is something that he apparently keeps cursing out and keeps saying that's the reason he's been building this team. I have no idea what a shit squad is, nor did I care to look into it. But as with all gods, they tend to run on a theme for these kind of things. You know how it goes with gods.
If you had to be thematic.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Tyr with his whole justice and all that lot. You've got the frigging golden mask with its doors. The little kobold and whatever the fuck she does. Tiamat with the whole, we always got to have one of each colour of dragon.
Mm.
You know, that kind of... She just looks over to you as she says that with her, so I'm like, no offense.
Yeah, I don't know if my growl came through.
It did. So it's like,
Good.
no offense. And no offense to you as well, I guess. I guess?
Oh no, you're all about it all day.
His theme...
Sorry. So, wait, I wasn't listening. I was thinking about something Granny No One said one.
And what would that be?
Don't eat the yellow snow.
No, don't trust slithering bastards.
Don't eat the yellow snow. No, she told me specifically to do that. It was weird.
Oh,
Hannah just looks over to Misskiff being like, dude. Just in the look, she doesn't say that, but just the look.
I don't think she meant you. I'm kind of sure. I kind of think she meant the snakes in her garden that she had me kill. But like, I don't know. I zoned out.
Anyway, he seems to have taken the idea from humanity, of all things. You know how the humans can be.
Idiots.
Good thing I was never human.
Oddly enough,
Yeah.
she looks human, as
Servants.
despite the fact that she says this. So,
humans are always quite a chaotic bunch. You get really good ones. You get no-hopers. It's just one of those races.
They hardly live long enough to make half-decent servants.
I still had a tail before I ate that cake.
I like that we're all thematic and then just out of nowhere just something like
Oh, it's not completely out. No, she did say I was. At least I was never human.
This is true, it's just
that thought.
she'll just look to you all. I don't suppose any of you have heard of the 7 deadly sins, have you?
So
passingly.
I am aware of them.
apparently he took this idea into mind and set out to find the best beings to represent them. So he's got
I mean-
7 generals to deal with.
I mean, Granny no one used to call me a gluttonous little cunt.
I have been called a wrathful prick.
If you do recall, the imp that was holding you and taunting you as you were in chains did mention that you're all down there for your sins as well.
Wait a minute. How many of us are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
More than 7.
Damn it!
There's 8 if you include Raka. There's 8.
Well, we need to
Oh
get
no,
rid
wait,
of Raka.
no, wait, there's 9. Miasma
Damn it.
as well. I'm just trying to find this now. Where did I put the?
He said I was there for stealing. But I
Very
only ever
quiet
stole...
tavern music coming from an unknown source.
It's mine.
Probably roll 20.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forget this thing is a fucking jukebox. Someone's actually using it.
It,
I'll
it
be
also
honest,
has
it's because,
video now.
It's because while I've been going
It's
through
had
like
video forever.
while I've been going through like Dark Sides of Runeterra and all that lot, it's always been a bit quiet in the background. And because in the Saturday game, Chocobo actually makes her own music for the game, so like I just need that bit of ambience in the background to help out.
Sorry, Choco makes her own music for the game, did you just say?
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure she's been making music for it. She was asking me and Fred for how we're thinking of the music at the moment.
Huh.
Anywho,
Yeah. And this was just like,
Yeah, he said I was there for stealing. But, like... I only ever stole because I needed food.
so I've been looking into these generals, these sins, and I feel like I've got some of them pinned down of their locations,
Right.
as well as just like a brief description of what you could expect. And I suppose you take it from there. If you decide to go after these people, that's on you. If not, I wish you well in whatever you decide to do.
Bench. Wait.
So,
I mean, I don't particularly care about vengeance. I mean, I want way to turn back, really.
I mean, think of it less as vengeance in this case, and more a case of holding them off so they can live long enough to turn back.
Interesting.
I don't know. I don't really like seeking out conflict.
Then maybe
But
try...
if he is going to be seeking us out, then it might be best if we beat him to the punch. Metaphorically and literally.
Exactly.
He dares to think he can contain us.
So, I do have a bit of a list here. As well as, these will probably sound a bit more right to you, Cock, than to the others, given that you have done the planar travels before.
really? Why
So,
has it gone up again?
what?
Sorry,
What?
I was just checking my blood sugars.
Oof.
It's gone up to 14.5.
It's the mead.
I didn't actually
Oh.
get a drink yet, did I?
What?
Oh, I'm just annoyed.
Dion, drinking mead is more a mental state.
I've only been drinking food and water though. Like, I've not had any more food since tea time, and then like, sorry, I'm just
It's
annoyed.
so sure, let's see. First things first, we have pride. I'm assuming you all know what pride is when it comes to the whole sin situation.
A prick?
I suppose that could be another way of wording it, yes. They're on a planet called Ohiri.
Planets.
Hmm.
Yeah, have to leave the planet?
She'll just look to Cog and the Marquis, and then back to you, Misskiff. Then isn't it a good job you've got friends that can help you with that?
Question, Leigh.
Yes.
Given my nature, would I know, or I'm assuming I'd be familiar with the concept of planar travel.
Oh yeah, no, you're aware of it. You're also aware
Mhm.
that Tiamat's influence is spread beyond just this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially put, Tiamat has as many plans going on as many planets as she does on this one, essentially.
I'll stick with you
Consider
for
them
now, but
fail-safes, in case
I'm
one
still
goes,
not
something
too
goes wrong on them.
sure. I'll stick with you for now, but I'm still not too sure about just seeking out conflict at this point.
Then maybe you'd be able to find a way to circumvent that conflict.
Look at it this way, then. If he was able to get to, what was his name?
Tanglebird?
Damada.
Oh, Grimblefar.
Yeah, if Grimblefark was able to get to you, maybe he can get to this granny no one?
Still not as bad as what we've had to start doing in the Saturday game. In the Saturday game, the big bad, he quite literally knows when we say his name, so we've taken to using the code word turkey feathers to reference it.
I mean, I I don't think he'd do much to Granny No One.
But he got you, did he not?
I mean, I doubt he'd get her. She's really strong. Like, really strong.
Stronger than a god.
I don't know. I think she's from that Fey place, probably.
Oh no,
As soon as you say the fake place, you see Miasma's eye twitch.
I'm glad we all trigger each other in our own special little ways.
At least I think that's where she's from, but I just know she's really strong. She can disappear and go to different places whenever she wants. And she takes things from people's.
Second up would be greed.
I feel personally attacked.
Greed is
Well,
Greed is one of the trickier ones, as they aren't really tied to a planet, so to speak. Rather, they own a large fleet of spelljammer ships, and therefore just travel around. So pinpointing him is going to be a lot more difficult. Or her. I don't know why I keep referring to them by just gender. I didn't see that much into it. Then we have Envy. Marquis, you'll probably be a bit more familiar with this place. Location called the Rock of Bral. The Marquis will just nod and be like, I spent some time there. Got a few good friends there. Big gift community on Bral.
Misskiff is just going to climb up Miasma and under her hat and go to sleep. Because mainly because I am dying a little bit.
Alright.
So I'm gonna head off a bit early.
Yep.
I'll
Alright.
talk to you later.
You'll be heading down the same time usual tomorrow?
Yeah, roundabout.
Alright.
Night, Dion.
Night.
Good night.
The next one would be Gluttony. Yet again, tricky one. Seems to travel from planet to planet. Not quite sure what's doing it, but all we know is each time they move on from a planet, the previous one is just left as a desolate rock. Basically stripped of all life.
So what you're saying is, you want us to find these, kill them.
Kill them or do whatever you want with them. It'll certainly send a message either way to him. Then you have Lust on the planet of Voitoth. And I really don't know what's going on with that one, because lust can mean several things, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, I don't want to look too much into that. You can understand.
Could just mean excess and vice.
Could be. And then you have wrath, and this is the interesting one. That's on this planet.
Alright.
So we actually have sightings of this. And she'll look to you, Sanna. Kind of similar to what best way to describe you would be. Kind of like the snake-like being. Lower half like a snake, upper half definitely not like you on the upper half. A lot more monstrous.
Hmm.
And if it bleeds, we kill it. Even if it doesn't bleed, we kill it.
The issue is people have been seeing it blinking in and out of this reality. I presume it's been going to some other realm as it does so, but not quite sure which.
Then we just need a spellcaster to bind it.
Possibly. And then we have the last one. A sloth. Over on the planet of Sonaria. And as she says this, Bloob.
Right.
Are you there,
Yes.
Rebecca?
I am here.
This definitely sounds very, very familiar to you.
Yes.
Two main reasons. One is, Sonaria is your homeworld.
Yes.
The second is, you may have a feeling what could be sloth. Roll me a
Oh.
history check
History check. Sure.
with advantage.
Okay. My character sheet decided to just like
Yep.
commit die on me, but we move.
As I said, given I know that you've been busy, I've been working a little bit of backstory for Bloob that relates to this kind of stuff. But don't worry, there's a reason why Bloob is a bit hazy on details.
History, did you say?
Yes, with advantage. Nat 20. Jesus.
Oh,
You haven't been rolling that much this session, but when you have been, my god.
I know.
You recall the forest that you used to live with your tribe. And then slowly but surely, your kind were disappearing, one by one. Often usually found asleep, and then taken before anyone could find out what happened to them. They called it the sleeping sickness. And it happened until you were the last one of your tribe, which is when you decided to abandon the forest, for fears that you would be taken as well. As sloth is mentioned, you know this to be the sin of sleep, the sin of inactivity.
The sin of Ice Age 1, the movie.
Go to the bad corner.
Okay, Dad. Hang on.
The sin of Blue Moon Studios. But yes, you get the feeling. Whatever's causing the sleeping sickness,
It's linked.
yep, it may be the aspect of sloth.
Bloob would give some of this information out since it's useful-ish for when we get there to the group about what he knows about what has happened there to the rest of the party.
will get a telepathic message in your head as well, Blue. You're like, it's fine, it's not all so bad. You leaving meant you met me. And since you met me, everything's been good for you. You're travelling with royalty. What could be better than that? You just see the little hamster just give the little thumbs up. Just.
It is amazing travelling with you as always. Always will be.
See, that's respect. The rest of them need to learn respect. Especially that other fuzzy one.
The little thing looks delicious.
The big one staring at me.
It's because you're food to a lot of people. You are quite small.
What do they think I am, a guinea pig?
Food.
That's what I said.
Yeah, they think you're a guinea pig.
With that, the Marquis just kind of chuckles. I knew guinea pigs. Nice folk. Nice folk. Bit chattery, bit skitterish. Nice folk.
Big? How big?
Your size?
Oh. Cool.
See,
I'm just very small.
I love the fact that in Santa's backstory for the Marquis, it just has a list of different planets and people he's met. So I can just pull on this shit. But the granny will leave you the list of the planet names and the aspects side of it. I've written it down just in case. If you do need any more help, I'm always here in the village. You can always feel free to stop by. I'm assuming that my son has fixed your ship up by now, so it should be ready for travel whenever you're ready.
Right. Thanks again.
Thank you for helping out with the bandits. And she will slowly get up from the table and start to head towards the door before just pausing and looking back. Oh, one other thing. A name came up when I was researching some stuff. And she will look to Cog. She says this. Zurhai. Commander Zurhai. Does that name ring a bell to you, Commander Zurhai?
Zurhai?
Roll me a history check.
That is an 8.
You feel like a little bit of spark in the back of your brain. And then it goes. It's like, the briefest of, wait, no.
Almost.
Apparently there are another one of these travellers going around the Astral Sea at the moment. Large fleet. I'd advise you all stay clear.
Right.
I mean, you all do know what mind flayers are, don't you?
Roll a dice.
If we did have a Gith in the or a Githyaki in the party, they would be reeing right now.
If we had a Githyaki in the party, it would be dead.
Is it pronounced Githyaki or Jiffyaki?
Fuck you, Zach. Go back to the UK.
Savage.
Get some help.
I did not see when you slipped into the chat.
Zach's very good at sliding in.
Yeah, when the
I've been
Zach
told.
has to be said, I am familiar with mind flayers. It's something I've particularly fought before.
just something to keep an eye on if they're doing patrols. But you see any giant flying shell-looking things? Turn that turtle and fly the other way. Just pray they didn't see.
How aware would I be of them?
Make me a... Let's call it a history check. Why not?
History. Hmm.
You're aware that a certain sect of the cult vanished. And the only telltale signs that anything was left behind was a certain ichor-like blood. Not of any of the races of the tribes, but what was later found out to pretty much be not even blood. The waters from a pool used to house tadpoles.
It's a sudden flashback of the fucking opening cinematic to Baldur's Gate 3.
Ah, Ranna, we need to go back and play that again at some point. Also,
It got its date. Yes. So go on.
Also, it's coming to PlayStation 5.
I saw. I'm so hyped. I mean, I already have it on PC, but it's like,
Same.
yes.
But yeah, you've heard of, especially given they have targeted your cult before.
Hmm.
In fact, with that 20, you just about know one other thing.
Hmm.
One of the dragons your cult was preparing to help with the rituals vanished. And then several months later, another colony was wiped out.
Don't do this to me, Leigh.
The only logs left behind was a large purple swollen dragon approaching their distance.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Leigh. God damn you. Elder brain dragons are fucking horrific. I mean, I'm assuming that's out of character. That's what you're leading at.
Yes.
Oh, they're so fucking cool, but they're so horrific.
Who likes breath weapons that is essentially but I vomit loads of tadpoles on you. Let's see who becomes infected.
So, I was gonna run a Halloween one-shot sorry, go on.
It's a Nurgle dragon.
So, I was gonna run a Halloween one-shot a few years back where Dion's character Inlay actually came from. And the end boss was gonna be an Elder Brain Dragon. And they were gonna be so fucking undergeared for it. It was gonna be great.
But yeah, that may be something you need to keep an eye out for. Oh, and just a bit of other passing advice as well before I go. She'll just turn to you all with a little bit of a sly smile. Steer clear of the tent.
What?
The tent. If you're up there in space and you see a tent, steer clear.
Interesting.
No, I don't think I've thought on any harder trying to think about that twice.
Are you referencing Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
I'm not just referencing Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I'm referencing the fact that, yeah, that's a plot hook that's happening in the Spelljammers on the Wednesdays that I'm running.
You know, she's using actual killer clowns from outer space on Wednesdays, and we just don't have the power to stop her.
Steve.
Don't you mean Alan?
I'm sorry, but you put that idea in my head now, Zach. One of the travelling little scout ships is the burger van, Big Top Burger.
Oh, if you want a way to stop those clowny bastards, I know a way.
The Big Stetson. Anyway, we're getting off track. She will exit at this point, leaving you with the list of potential ways to go.
So, planeswalking, huh? My way off this planet after all. Or plane, I suppose. And at least some of you might not give me so many strange looks. Yeah, not from here. I'm sure you can work that out pretty quickly.
I mean, none of us are really from here. That much was obvious.
I mean, we all were in the hellscape.
Miasma just kind of looks to the side like, from this planet, yes. From this village, no. And even then, I don't even know if you can consider me from where I was originally. It's kind of obvious from the look. Fey touched. And she just kind of scrunches up her face as she says that, like, there's a bitter taste in her mouth as she says it.
Here I was thinking you just liked to smile.
It was so painful on the jaw muscles when it first happened. But no.
Hmm.
And hang on, how long we've been recording for? Alright. So, as you're all pondering your next step, we'll zoom out from the tavern to follow the granny as she steps into her shack, looks to her son that's just asleep on the sofa, and moves to her room in the back. And as she does so, she passes through into the realm between realms.
She passes through to the other side, passes through to the other side.
Where there are two figures sat around. A large figure in a long black cloak with a face like a golden opera mask. And the other, a small blue kobold, just kind of kicking their feet as they hang off the end of the chair.
Can't help yourself, can you? You gotta do this to me.
It's not Ilu.
Fine, I'll let you off.
And she'll just look to the both and be like, I've sent him down the correct path as you have advised. They seem like they're going to be helpful, but you know I don't like manipulating fates like this. The cloaked figure will just... I don't like it either, but sometimes you need to give fate a bit of a nudge in the right direction, you know? Plus I think it'll be good for them all in the end. They'll help resolve some issues. The kobold just smiles. May get rid of the little bastard while we're at it. I mean, let's face it. Dominator's been a thorn in all of our sides since he came around. I should probably go tell her, you know. Who would that be? Well, she wants to go see her, does she? The little small fairy one. I should probably go tell Granny No where to expect a visit at some point. And that's where we're ending it for this week. So, thank you all for tuning in. We hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all enjoyed today's session as well, by the way.
It was fun.
It was good to get back to Devil Darlings. I missed it for the week that we didn't do it. And we are starting to build up the plot. So, thank you all for tuning in. If you want to get... I slowly look over to Jack to expect the interruption.
You haven't finished yet. I can't interrupt you till you start.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that? Are you definite?
To be fair, he didn't even have to interrupt you to interrupt you.
I know, I was expecting the interruption, as therefore...
Are you sure you're going to get interrupted, Leigh? Are you definite? You might want to double check that.
Are you, sure
are you definite that interruption's coming? I'm not sure it's coming. No, I think you're going to be able to do it just fine.
So,
I think you'll be able to do the sponsor hokey cokey Valor Hitch.
for more fun from us all, check out Dark Tides of Runeterra over on this channel, Sirens Through the Fog over on Spotify, Echoes of the Past over on Chocobo Keeper's channel, and we do have one more thing to plug now. Because I'm pretty sure Santa would be happy with me doing so, and I'm pretty sure you're also in this game anyway, Ranna. So I feel like I should plug it. Over on Spotify, Star Plunder, another Spelljammer game that's happening at the moment, starring Fred, Santa, and Ranna in there as well. If I recall right, it's Santa that runs the game, Ranna?
Yes. Actually, you'll also find it on Twitch if you go to Sauced Up Wizard.
That too. And we will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Also, I feel like I need to state before I do actually stop recording. I know we keep doing the pun of, are you sure? Because I sometimes stumble on saying the correct things. We recorded Dead by Daylight recently, and for the life of me, I couldn't say Dead by Daylight. I kept wanting to say Dark Tides of Runeterra. I think it's just the D's. It's all the D's. It slips my tongue. Why Devil
The D's
Darlings?
are a bit difficult on the tongue, huh?
Yeah, Dark Tides of Runeterra, Devil Darlings, Dead by Daylight. It's all the D's. It's just...
So what you're saying, Leigh, is there's too much D for you to handle.
As a lesbian, yes. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Bye-bye.